Hello and welcome to all to the series Last Week in Microsoft 365. This is the fifth video in this series, and as usual, we have 5 topics to be highlighted this week, which I liked. So this week's topics are: use Microsoft Graph Toolkit with React, patch SharePoint's choices columns in Power Apps from Matthew, me experience in Microsoft Teams using Graph Toolkit and SPFx, Rabia Williams, announcing general availability of Microsoft Team resources specific consent and read channel messages. And the last one is how to record one-to-one Teams and PSTN calls with OBS Studio for free. And just to let you know that I use actually now OBS Studio to record my videos, which is a great tool. If you are willing to do record videos, I think it's a great tool to have it. And that topic is from Luca Vitali. If you like my videos, please subscribe to my channel, YouTube Sync Ventures, and you can also connect with me on Twitter and LinkedIn. And you can also follow the blog post on syncventures.com. So yeah, so let's get started. So as I said, the first topic is use the Microsoft Graph Toolkit with React. Basically, what is Microsoft Graph Toolkit? It's a set of web components that simply connect to Microsoft Graph and allow you to focus on application instead. So it is a web component which I have been given from Microsoft and which directly talks to Microsoft Graph to download, like user information and all the other information which you can do with the Microsoft Graph. Now, you can use React to create different apps for it, which you will know in which you can call Microsoft Graph Toolkit components. So this actually explains how to do this, and I think this is a great addition because a lot of times, we use the React to do development for a page or for SharePoint or for Teams. So if you can do here, I think the same can be applied in different other. So you can see this is the using React, they have created a simple app, on a page, which can be loaded in anywhere you need to. And there are different functionality which they have load user calendar after they signed in, and so let's say you create a page and host it, and with all the React components, and then you can put it on Teams, by using a personal tab or a tab, So that's it, yeah. So I think this is a great addition. You should have a look to this and learn from this also. The second is what I saw on the Twitter is about how to use patch function with every SharePoint column type. And this I saw from Matthew Devaney on LinkedIn and Twitter both. So he has a blog post in which he has explained how it works. So you can see he has explained what is the goal, that status choice column type from submitted to approved in a SharePoint list. So if you want to change from status from submitted to approved, so instead of calling Power Automate, you can use through the patch function code, So that is how, and he has explained different combo box, drop down, and path function code. So I think this is a small blog post, but it's a very good one. You should definitely look at this patch function if you are planning to change list values, So yeah. The third is me experience in Microsoft Teams using Microsoft Graph Toolkit and SPFx. Couple of weeks back, I had highlighted Waldek's blog post in which he has explained how you can create me experience, basically a tab, a personal tab, or or a general channel or messaging tab, in which you can create a personal experience. Means that when the user opens the tab, they can have their calendar, their work schedule, and work to do task, and those to be loaded automatically. So what Rabia has done is that using those steps, she has created this me experience, and she has explained this in very detail. So personal app for me experience, planning insights. So agenda, task, gate component. So basically it has three, tabs. One is the planning, the settings, insights, and the settings. So in the planning tab, you will have, upcoming events, my tasks, my recently used documents. And the insights you have, trending around me, shared with me, viewed and modified by me. So that is how the insights work. And in the settings, of course, you can put how many events you need to get, and all this has been done through Graph Toolkit and as we say that Graph Toolkit SPFx, So I think it's a great combination of all the feed things. It gives you a tool for it to be used. Plus, also you can understand how things work and how you can, modify it for yourselves. and she has used the themes also, and she has highlighted from article by Joe Mendes, and of course the sample code is available, and she's also waiting for her PR to be approved. So yeah, so great work, I guess. I think the fourth one is, as I said, is the general availability of Microsoft Teams resources, specific consent and read channel messages. So before this, if you have to read channel message and all, you have to go for the admin to give access to the whole tenant, and then you can only get it. And that has been a problem area, and a lot of people have requested in user voice that we should be able to get, from a specific owner um, uh, permission model enable team owners to grant consent and not the team and the tenant admin. So these are the things which you can get right now, like getting the settings for the team, update the settings, get the channel names, update the channel, create channel, this delete channel. So I think to automate a lot of stuff, if you have to do it in 10, 15 places, or you have to post messages, automatically, I think this is a great addition because you don't have to really have access to the complete tenant, which we generally don't get from the admins. So I think this is a great addition, and please, you can utilize this to build a lot of good stuff. So yeah, the fifth one and the last one is about I saw a post from Luca Vitali about how to record one-on-one Teams and PSTN calls with OBS Studio for free. As I said, I also use now OBS Studio from last week actually, and that was recommended by Tomislav, and when I shouted out in the Twitter. That was a great. I think it's a great tool. You should really look at that. It's a free one also. So if you want to use the OBS Studio, you should do it. Um, so if you look into this, so his problem statement is like this: that Teams offer one-to-one TM call recording when both endpoint use Teams, but it doesn't work with PSTN calls. Basically, if one-to-one calls are from Teams, then the recording can be done, and the centralized call recordings works perfectly with CPREC, but they are not cheap. So it's a costly affair. So what if we can use OBS Studio to do that? So you can see that he has explained what to do, how to add a source, and all the steps in detail. So I'm not going to go through the steps. The steps are pretty simple, but you can see that it works for him. So it's a great thing that you can actually use OBS so to record the sessions or different other things for one-to-one calls and PSTN calls if it is on both the parties are not teams. So yeah, and he has stated as a solution, it works. So I think it's a good solution for free. And if you have a similar scenario, you should really look into using this if you don't want to invest a lot of money. And for smaller companies, I think this is a good solution. They don't want to spend money on this. So yeah, great. So that's it from this week's last week in Microsoft 65. And as I said, please follow me on Twitter, connect with me on LinkedIn, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, Sing Ventures. Having subscription really helps me to be motivated to do more topics and continue with my work. But anyhow, I will continue. But I'm really liking it because I'm learning a lot from this also. So yeah. So thank you for today, and yeah, thank you. Bye.